All right. So this is the Murli of the 2nd of January 1990. And the title of the Murli is The Essence of Total Knowledge is Awareness. The essence of the total knowledge is awareness. Today, the powerful father is seeing his all powerful children from where each powerful child is moving forward according to his own power. What is the basis of this powerful life? That is the happy, elevated, alokik life filled with success. Yeah, see, we are all his powerful children, and each of us is moving forward according to his or her power. But Baba is saying, what is the basis of this powerful life? That is the happy, elevated, alokik life filled with success. The basis is one word: awareness. He simply reminded you that you are a soul and not a body. And this awareness brought about so much alokik transformation. Everything changed, did it not? Everything changed, did it not? The speciality of human life is awareness. The seed is awareness, and through this seed, your attitude, vision, actions, and stage completely change. The seed is awareness, and through this seed, your attitude, vision, actions, and stage completely change. This is why it is remembered as your awareness, so your stage. The Father transformed the foundation, your awareness. So, what was the foundation again? What was the most important change that needed to happen? Was the change in our awareness. When the foundation becomes elevated, your whole life automatically becomes elevated. He transforms such a small thing. You're not a body, you are a soul. As soon as this transformation takes place, so Baba is saying, he transforms such a small thing. You're not a body, you are a soul. As soon as this transformation took place, as soon as you had this awareness, because you souls are master almighty authorities, you became powerful. Just realizing that we are powerful makes us powerful. There's a story of Hanuman, I guess, who would constantly forget how powerful he is. And he had to be reminded over and over again. And when he would be reminded, then he would be able to become powerful. He would be able to show his prowess. So, similarly, we have to be reminded too by Baba. Baba comes every day in the Murlis. He reminds us how powerful we are. This powerful life now feels so lovely. Yeah. You yourself have become an embodiment of awareness, and you also remind others of this and completely transform them from what they are. With this awareness, you changed your world. This world of God is so lovely. जैसी स्मृति वैसी सृष्टि. जैसी स्मृति वैसी सृष्टि. With this awareness, you change your world. This world of God is so lovely. Even if you're living with worldly souls for the sake of service, your mind is always in the alokik world. This is known as being an embodiment of remembrance. No matter what situation arises, what does a soul who is an embodiment of remembrance, because of being powerful, consider that to be? This is a game. Yes. So, however big the situation comes in front of us, now because we are embodiments of remembrance of what? The first thing, who we are. Yes, we are souls, children of Baba, children of God, children of that Almighty Authority. So we are Master Almighty Authorities. Then automatically the situation becomes small. We become powerful. So Baba is saying, who is an embodiment of remembrance because of being powerful, consider that to be. And what does he consider that to be? That this is a game. Such a soul will never be afraid. For powerful souls, no matter how big the situation is, all of those are just side scenes on the path that leads to the destination. That is, they are scenes on the side. For powerful souls, those side scenes will are really side scenes. They won't look at those as the main plots, right? They will see these as side scenes. It's not a big deal. So you enjoy the sightseeing, do you not? You even go and spend money to see sightseeings. Nowadays, people go to sightseeing, and people go sightseeing here in Abu too. If there are no side scenes on a particular path, would they like that path? They would get bored. Yeah, when you're going somewhere, and if the route is very scenic, then you enjoy it a lot. So here too, Baba is saying these are sightseeings, but you don't get caught up in those sightseeings, right? Similarly, for souls who are embodiments of remembrance and embodiments of power, whether you call them situations, papers, obstacles, or problems, they are all sightseeings. You are aware that you have passed by these sightseeings to your destination countless times. In every cycle, in every kalpa, we have passed these sightseeings while we were going towards our destination. They are nothing new. And so, what is the foundation of that? And the answer again is, who will tell us what is the foundation of us reaching our destination successfully? Awareness. And if the awareness is right, what happens then? What does it change eventually? Change in awareness changes. So, Jesse Smriti, Vesi Srishti. Jesse Smriti, Vesi Srishti. So, if our awareness is elevated, then our Srishti, that is our world, also gets transformed. So the basis of all the four subjects of the whole study is awareness. The most important subject is remembrance. Remembrance means awareness of who am I and who is the Father. The second subject is knowledge. You have received knowledge of the Creator and creation. The foundation of that is also Baba reminding you of what you are eternally and originally and what you are at the present moment. A Brahmin who is to become an angel and an angel who is to become a deity. You have also been reminded of so many other types of awareness. So, this is all awareness of knowledge, is it not? The third subject is that of divine virtues. You have also been reminded that the divine virtues are the virtues of you Brahmins. Because you have the list of virtues in your awareness, you're able to use them according to the time. What is the result? If there is a lack in this awareness, you're not able to use a virtue at a time of need. Yeah. Just like we are not able to use the awareness that we are a soul, if we forget that, then we feel weak. And similarly, other virtues like love and kindness, compassion, respect, generosity, yeah, happiness, peace, all of these wonderful things, if we forget them, then we won't be able to experience them. What is the result if there is a lack in this awareness? You are not able to use a virtue at a time of need. When it is the time, the situation that demands us to be peaceful, and we are not able to remain peaceful because we've forgotten that we are peaceful souls. Yes, that won't be called as success, right? That's all. So, in order to put the divine virtues in practice, you need to have that awareness at that time. Sometimes you laugh at yourself because of some things. When you forget some situation or some article, what is your state at that time? You have that article, but you do not remember it at the time of need. When you forget something, then you feel horrible, right? At that time, there's distress. You have that article, but you do not remember it at the time of need, so you become confused. In the same way here too, because you do not remember it at a time of need, you sometimes become confused. Sometimes you will save something for use later on, something important, and you will forget where you saved it, where you put it, and then you'll keep searching for that. And when you need that, then you won't be able to find it. Let's say you bought a very expensive potato peeler, right? And you kept it very safely. Now you can't find it, so there'll be distress. That when you need it the most, that's when you need to be able to retrieve it very quickly. So this is also an art, right? To be able to organize things externally, but also internally, to be able to catalog our awareness in the right places, different awareness in different places, so that when we need that particular awareness, we are able to, you know, use it. We are able to retrieve it and then use it. So you have that article, but you do not remember it at the time of need, and so you become confused. And the same way here too, because you do not remember it at a time of need, you sometimes become confused. So then what is the basis of divine virtues? To be a constant embodiment of remembrance. Then the divine virtues will constantly, naturally, and easily be used in every action. All right. So all three subjects Baba has talked about, still the fourth subject is left. The first subject is remembrance, second is knowledge, the third is inculcation of divine virtues, and the fourth is service. So if you are not an embodiment of remembrance in service, that of being a soul who is an instrument and a world benefactor. You see, think of it while you're doing the service. Let's say you don't see yourself as a soul. Let's say you see yourself as a Hindu, let's say, hypothetically. And if a Muslim soul comes to learn Baba's knowledge, will you be able to serve that soul in the right way with the right energy? Or if the soul is Christian, or the soul is Jew, you'll think, oh, these souls will not get anywhere, these souls will not get anything. Yeah, and so you won't be able to give them the right energy. Let's say somebody comes from a state in India you have not had good experiences with, let's say, right? There are neighboring states who are always fighting with each other, right? So let's say somebody from that state shows up. Think of it. Will you be able to? And if you are stuck in the thought that I am from that state, I am this, then will you be able to give that much of love, that much of respect to that soul? No. So you see, at every point, we have to remind ourselves that we are souls, rise beyond these limitations that humanity has created, yes, and go into the true humanism, yeah, that we are souls, children of one Baba. We are embodiments of Baba's energy, Baba's qualities, and we are mere instruments. And just like Baba, we are world benefactors. So every soul on this planet deserves Baba's knowledge, and we are here to serve them. Each soul on this planet is a child of God as well. So you are then not able to make any soul an embodiment of remembrance through service. Together with that, service is to remind others of the self and the Father. But if we are not stabilized in the true self, then how can we help others stabilize in their true self? If we are not in true remembrance of Baba, then how can we remind others to remember the true Father. So, together with that, service is to remind others of the self and the Father. So, the foundation of all four subjects is awareness, is it not? What a powerful Murli, right? So, this one word, awareness, is the essence of all knowledge. This is why Babdada has told you beforehand what the question of the last paper will be. It will not be a long, complicated paper. It will be a paper of only one question and only 1 second. What question will that be? What will be the final paper? What will be that question of 1 second? So, of being a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. You have already heard the question, and so everyone should pass. Yeah, if you're, let's say, you're preparing for an exam, and if you come to know what the question paper would be, then it's very easy to prepare for that. You see, the difference between Baba's studies and worldly studies is that in the worldly studies, you don't know what the questions will be in the examination, but you know when that will happen, right? You have a date, so you go prepared for that. Here, it's the other way around. Baba has already told us what the question paper will be, what the examination will be. But when will it happen? That is a mystery, an enigma. So we will have to be prepared all the time. It could happen 10 years from now, it would happen today or tomorrow morning. So, how much we have become conquerors of attachment and embodiments of remembrance. You've already heard the question, and so everyone should pass. Will all of you pass with number one, or will you pass number wise? With which number will the double foreigners pass? Somebody said number one. So, should the rosary be completed, or should a separate rosary be created? Separate rosary for double foreigners. You have very good enthusiasm. The double foreigners have a special chance to be last and come first. So you understand what does that mean? Last but come fast. That Baba says for double foreigners that they have a lot of determination. Once they decide something, especially those people with Baba is talking about those in Western bodies, you see, these Westerners, that they don't get distracted very easily. When they think of something that they want to do, then they put their whole heart and soul into it. So here Baba is saying the double foreigners have a special chance to be last and come fast. There is this margin. If a separate rosary is prepared, you would have to live where the picnic places are. If you prefer that, a separate rosary can be made. There's a margin for you to come in the rosary. You will come. Acha. All of you teachers are embodiments of remembrance, are you not? You are embodiments of remembrance in all four subjects. It does not require labor, does it? A teacher means to make others into embodiments of remembrance with your features of an embodiment of remembrance. Remind others through your features, I am a soul. As soon as they look at your forehead, they should see the soul sparkling, a sparkling jewel. When they see the jewel of a snake, no one's attention goes to the snake, it goes to the jewel. So, seeing such an eternal sparkling jewel, they will not become conscious of the body. The attention will automatically go to the soul. Teachers are instruments for such service. To remind those who have forgotten is your service. Again, we are tasked by God to help others remember who they are. We have to remind them of their true identity. But first, we have to remind ourselves, right? We have to become embodiments of remembrance of that identity ourselves. If we ourselves are in body conscious states, how will we help others remember that they are souls? So here everybody is now in a soul conscious state? Or are you more worried about your looks? How many of you are more worried about your looks right now? Not just looks, then other aspects as well. not worried about anything at the physical level. Mhm. One is looks, then the other is also, self-preservation. There's a big thing about how we want to, one is preserve the identity of the soul, but also preserve the body, which is a big factor in this identity calculation. So if we want to preserve this body, oh, is the body becoming old? Yeah, see, body is going to wither away anyways. Are we worried about that? No. Then are we worried about yet other aspects of self-preservation? So one has to very carefully see where are we in this whole equation. So to remind those who have forgotten is your service. You're powerful, or you not? Or are you sometimes afraid? If the teachers become frightened, what would happen to the students? To be a teacher means to be an embodiment of remembrance and an embodiment of power constantly and naturally. To be a teacher means to be an embodiment of remembrance and an embodiment of power constantly and naturally. Just as Brahma was in front, in the same way you teachers are also in front, are you not? To be an instrument means to be in front. Just as you maintained the courage to surrender yourself for service and you became powerful, so then what is this awareness? This is the fortune of renunciation. You have already had renunciation, and so what is so difficult about the fortune? You have had renunciation, but that renunciation is not renunciation because you have a great deal of attainment. See, here too, we have to understand some very important aspects. If we truly have not renounced things, then that renunciation is not renunciation. You understand? It's not true renunciation. Everybody's there with me. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If I say I've renounced, but I've really not renounced, I've renounced it externally, but I'm thinking about it constantly in my mind, then I haven't really renounced it. But also, if I've truly renounced it, then that too is not really renunciation. Why? Baba has already answered. Why? When we have truly renounced, then even then it is not really renunciation. Why? What Baba is saying that because there is attainment in that. Because you see, the reward is bigger, way bigger, multi-million times bigger than the effort. You understand? Baba says in many times the effort bigger or the reward bigger. Of course, effort is bigger because you see that is in our control. But still, you see, this effort of ours is going to give us multi-million fold reward. So definitely reward is bigger. And so even if you have renounced something, then the attainment that you get out of that renunciation is so big that there's no big deal. Let's say, for example, if you have a gold coin and let's say somebody comes to your home and says, I'll buy this gold coin, which usually is worth, let's say, I don't know, 2 lakh rupees. I'm just giving some figure, 2 lakh rupees. Now, I'm going to give you 200 crores for this coin. Now, will you feel bad in giving away that gold coin? Nowadays, still, you see, when you go and try to sell gold, you never get the value back, right? Some part of it, those people keep. So it still hurts. A lot of people, especially, let's say you have gold earrings or gold necklace or something, and somebody says, I'm going to give you $2 billion for this. Will you have any feeling of renouncing those earrings, that jewelry that you have for that much of money? No. So you understand what Baba is saying? It is not even renunciation. You're going to get so much more in return for your renunciation. Okay, so there is attainment. What did you renounce? You simply put on a white sari, that's all, and you become even more beautiful. You become angels. So many people feel that wearing these color clothes make them look beautiful. All the makeup that they do makes them look beautiful. I know the simpler you are, the more beautiful you look. How many of you feel that? I know you were talking about this the other day. So white sari, that's all. White clothes, you become so attractive actually. Attractive in a different way when you're wearing white clothes. So you become angels. What else do you need? You gave up food and drink, right? The dirty food, dirty drink. But even doctors nowadays tell you not to eat too much. Eat a little and eat simple food. These days, even doctors don't let you eat. What else did you give up? You gave up wearing jewelry. These days, thieves chase after jewelry. It is good that you gave it up. You did a sensible thing. This is how you receive the multi-million fold of renunciation. Ach. See, and now understood everybody. Bab Dada is now remembering those in Athens because there was a science symposium that was taking place. They are also remembering Baba a great deal. Whenever a huge program takes place, you definitely remember the unlimited father and the unlimited family for this unlimited task. All the children who have gone there have courage. The courage of those who become instruments makes the task elevated and unshakable. The love of the Father and the pure feelings and good wishes of the special souls are with the children. The intellect of the one who is the intellect of the wise makes anyone an instrument for getting his work done. This is why you must become carefree emperors and become a lighthouse and might house to spread the vibrations of pure feelings and good wishes. What Baba is saying, we must become carefree emperors and become a lighthouse and might house to spread the vibrations of pure feelings and good wishes. Bab Dada is giving personal love and remembrance by name to each serviceable child. Acha to the constantly powerful souls who are embodiments of remembrance. To the special souls who experience all situations and sight scenes by becoming embodiments of remembrance. Yeah, you remember the aspect about sight scenes? Sight scenes are good, but we shouldn't get stuck in those sight scenes. We have to look at the final destination in front of us. That's all. So, those who experience all situations as sight scenes by becoming embodiments of remembrance, embodiments of awareness, embodiments of remembrance. To the Mahavi children who spread the waves of remembrance everywhere, the same as the Father. So we are Mahavi children. We are courageous children. We are unshakable children. If we are totally stabilized in our awareness, then it's like the foundation is strong, then the building won't shake. To the Maharati children who pass with honors at a fast speed, Baba, this love, remembrance, and namaste. We, Baba was meeting a group from Delhi zone. Do you always remain happy seeing your fortune? Do you constantly sing songs of Vava? Have the songs of the cries of distress finished? Or do waves of sorrow still come? Sometimes. You've become detached from the word of sorrow and become loving to the Father, and therefore waves of sorrow cannot touch you. Yes. So no waves of sorrow can come to us, right? Yes. Even when we are leaving our bodies. Yes. Even if somebody else is leaving their body. So have the songs of the cries of distress finished? Or do waves of sorrow still come sometimes? You have become detached from the world of sorrow and become loving to the Father, and therefore waves of sorrow cannot touch you. Even if you're living with your family for the sake of service, you live like a lotus. A lotus flower doesn't leave the muddy water. It is the muddy water, but it is detached. So have you become as detached? The sign of becoming detached is that you will be loving to the Father according to the extent that you're detached. You will automatically experience the Father's love, and this love of God will become a canopy of protection. Yeah. What can anyone do to those who have the canopy of God's protection over them? Therefore, maintain your spiritual pride that you are those who remain under the canopy of God's protection. You don't have arrogance but spiritual intoxication. If there is body consciousness, arrogance will come. Whereas if you're soul conscious, there won't be arrogance, but there will be spiritual intoxication. And where there is spiritual intoxication, there cannot be any obstacles. There can be either worry that is fikr or spiritual intoxication that is fakur. The two cannot coexist. Babdada is bound to provide best dal and roti for you. He will not give you 36 varieties of food every day, but you will definitely receive the dal and roti of love. This is guaranteed because no one can prevent it. So, what do you have to worry about? People in the world have to worry about providing for themselves and also for their generations after them. So, neither will you starve nor will your generations after you. What else do you need? You need Dunlop pillows. Will you be able to sleep with a Dunlop pillow in bed if you have a sleep of worry? If you're carefree, then even if you have to sleep on the floor, you'll be able to fall asleep. Make your arms your pillow and you'll be able to sleep. Where there is love, even dry chapatis will feel like 36 varieties of food. Therefore, be a carefree emperor. The sovereignty of remaining carefree is the greatest sovereignty of all sovereignties. If you put on your crown and sit down on the throne and continue to worry, then is that a throne or a pyre? If you put on your crown and sit down to worry, then that throne can't be called as a throne, right? It'll become like a pyre. It'll create suffering. So God, the bestower of fortune, has drawn the line of elevated fortune on your forehead. You've become carefree empress. You're not the empress with that hat, yeah, or chair. Say right? I am wearing many different hats through the day. Like they say that is different responsibilities. Or crown. Baba calls that as crown, but here it has been translated as hat. So you are carefree empress. Do you have any worry? Do you have any worry about your grandchildren? You've benefited, and so they too will definitely benefit. So always continue to see the line of elevated fortune on your forehead. Fortune. It is not a fortune of wealth, it is godly fortune. Compared to this fortune, wealth is nothing. That will follow you. Just as a shadow follows you automatically, or do you ask it to follow you? So all of those things are shadows, but this fortune is godly fortune. Always maintain this intoxication. If you're going to attain something, it has to be something that will be permanent. Since the father and souls are imperishable, why should the attainment be perishable? The attainment also has to be imperishable. Brahmin life is a life of happiness, to eat in happiness, to live in happiness, to speak in happiness, and to do all the work in happiness. As soon as you wake up and open your eyes, you experience happiness. At night, when you close your eyes, you go to sleep comfortably in happiness. This is Brahmin life. So, Bap Dada was meeting a group from Pune and Bihar. Every day at Amrit Vela, do you eat Dil Khush Toli? So those who eat Dil Khush Toli at Amrit Vela every day remain happy, and others also become happy on seeing them. There's a very special sweet that we get from the headquarters. It is made with kesar pista. Yeah, it's really good. So Baba is saying this is such nourishment that no matter what situations come, this nourishment of Dil Kush will make the situation very small. Yeah, if we are happy internally, then even when big problems come, we won't get affected. Yeah, it will make a mountain into cotton wool. This nourishment has that much power. Those who are healthy and strong physically will easily be able to overcome all situations. Whereas those who are weak will become scared over small things. In front of weak ones, situations become a big thing, whereas in front of strong, powerful ones, situations like mountains become like cotton wool. So to eat Dil Khush Tori every day means their heart is always happy. That the heart always remains happy. You see, when we are happy, then big problems become small. But if you are able to make big problems small, then your heart becomes happy. So it works in both ways. People normally think it is the other way around here, no? The second way, that when problems go away, then their heart will be happy. But that's what we are learning too. Through the power of yoga, we can make big things small, and therefore the heart becomes happy. Yes. But also to understand that if you work on making the heart happy, then automatically problems become small. And because of that, then there is stability. You see, all these things are interconnected. So to eat Dil Khush Toli every day means that your heart will always remain happy. There are so few days of this alokik happiness. There is a difference between the happiness of the deities and the happiness of Brahmins. See, deities will be happy, naturally happy, but our happiness is much higher than what the deities will experience because we understand sorrow as well. You see, deities will have no concept of sorrow. Right now, we understand the entire picture, is sorrow and happiness. And right now we are in Baba's lab. So while the whole world is suffering, we are in a state of happiness. And that's why our happiness is of higher quality than that of even the deities. So there's a difference between the happiness of deities and the happiness of Brahmins. You will not experience this godly happiness of Brahmin life, the experience of super sensuous joy, even in your deity life. See, in deity life, there won't be super sensuous joy really. Somebody had asked me this question long back. Will deities experience super sensuous joy? So, my understanding, no. Yeah, their joy still will be sensual joy. Yeah, right now, people in the world, once the copper age starts, they don't experience sensual joy either, really. Their senses give them pain. In the golden and silver ages, their senses or our senses, yeah, will give us happiness. And right now, we are going even beyond senses and experiencing super sensuous joy. So celebrate with this happiness as much as you want. Every day, consider it a day to celebrate in happiness. Your happiness has increased by coming here, has it not? Then it will not decrease as soon as you go down the mountain, will it? Now it is your flying stage, and then you will continue to eat from all that you have attained. So always have the awareness that you are those who eat the Dil Khush Toli, and you also serve it to others because the more you give, the more it increases. Look, everyone loves to see happy faces. You would not like it if someone had a face that showed peacelessness and sorrow, would you? Since you don't like that type of face on others, you shouldn't like yours to be like that either. So always continue to serve with a happy face. Do the mothers do such service? Your family members should be happy on seeing you. Even if others consider the path of knowledge to be bad, when they see the life of happiness, they will definitely feel in their mind that you have found something that makes you stay happy. Even if they do not say anything externally because of their arrogance, internally they do feel it. And they will eventually have to bow down. Today they insult you, and tomorrow they will fall at your feet. Where will they bow down? They will definitely have to bow down and say, "Oh Prabhu." They will only bow down when you have such a stage. Yeah, if we are constantly happy, only then people will understand what they are receiving. They will get that sense of the elevated attainment that we all are receiving. And then they will bow down at our feet. Yeah. But if we are unhappy all the time, or unhappy sometimes and happy the other times, then it won't really help. Now. They require consistency. Everything in life requires consistency. See, when you open the tap, yeah, you want water to come consistently out of it. Now. When you turn on the switch, you want the lights to turn on consistently. If sometimes it turns on, sometimes it doesn't, you won't enjoy that. So people around us also want to see happiness on a consistent basis. So when that happens, then they will bow down at our feet. So when others bow down in front of someone, it is because that one has some greatness or some speciality, because they are bowing to that speciality. See, this is very important. So what do we have to do? I'm going to repeat this sentence. When others bow down in front of someone, it is because that one has some greatness or some speciality, because they are bowing to that speciality. Now, when newcomers listen to this, or even old timers, when you haven't understood knowledge, then there is a possibility for some people to think, oh, I don't want people to bow down to me, right? Bow down at my feet. No, what it really means is that people will listen to you. We all complain. Nobody listens to us. Nobody cares about us. Yeah. So when will that happen? When we hone one or the other speciality. And Baba is making us very special. There are many different ways we are becoming special on a regular basis. Every day working on some speciality or the other. So it is because of these specialities that we are honing at this time, that people are listening to us and bowing to our specialities, not really to us. So what does this tell us? We have to work on ourselves a lot. So no one would bow down just like that. It should be visible that no one else has a life like yours, and that you always remain happy. Even in a situation of crying, you should remain happy. Your mind should remain happy. Yeah, some people, even in happy situations, they cry. Everybody knows somebody like that. Even in the best of the best circumstances, they are not happy. So why can't we take this to the next level? Not next level, actually to the other extreme of the spectrum. That even in the worst situations, we don't become unhappy. We remain happy. Yeah, everybody with me? So think of it, even in the happiest situations, they will find something or the other to become unhappy. Yeah, such people. So why can't we be those people who, even in the worst situations, the most unhappy situations, become the happiest? What we have to do is to help the mind understand the truth. You see, it's one is trying to fool the mind into being happy, which also we have to try to do. But truly speaking, it's not about fooling the mind. Right now, why people are unhappy, fool your mind into happiness, somehow console it in a way. So I like that word consoling. Yes, we all have to work our way through that phase as well, and use that some point or the other to console the mind. But really speaking, the mind has to be awakened to the truth, to the
Correct.
reality. Then the mind will also, oh, then it doesn't need to be consoled. It understands that there is nothing wrong happening, nothing bad happening in the whole universe. Whatever happens is for my own benefit. See, Baba teaches us equanimity. When there is a happy situation, we shouldn't become too happy. No, There's a sad situation, we shouldn't become sad. So understand that there is nothing good or bad really in the universe. It is whatever meaning we assign to that situation, and then that situation turns itself good or bad for us based on how we perceive it. Good. But you see, we don't have to go into past at all. What Baba is teaching us that live in the present moment. If we are
Yes.
still thinking about something of the past, then we truly haven't understood Baba's knowledge, na? So let the past be in the past. Today is a brand new day for us to write a new script. Any case, you see, we have to understand that really nothing is in our control. And what we think is in our control is really an illusion of control. It's not really in our control. What what we can say is under control is our response to the situations that come to us. That's all. That's what Baba teaches us. Yes, for so many centuries, and Baba said for 2,500 years, we have considered the false to be the truth. So that shift has to happen. The permanent shift has to happen. Now, every so often we listen to Baba's Murli, a temporary shift happens, but then we slip back into the older consciousness. So eventually, as we keep practicing this, the permanent shift will happen. The permanent, transformation of the mind will be there, and then we won't have to console the mind. We won't have to try to convince the mind. We'll be in that natural state of happiness. No? Okay, good. So Baba is saying, even in a situation of crying, you should remain happy. Now, what is this situation of crying? It is from the traditional worldly point of view. There is no situation that calls for crying. Yeah, it is our wrong conditioning, wrong programming of the mind. Yeah. You're not people, you're Baba's child. So we are all Baba's children. So let people cry. They are crying because they don't understand. And that's why we have to go out and give Baba's knowledge to them. So they also stop crying. Every minute anybody is crying, it's only making things worse for them. So we topper, not topper, scholar, not scholar. And there is no point for us to now be sad. There's no reason for crying for us, right? Yes, we should not cry. There's nothing to cry about. What Baba is saying, first of all, there has to be this realization that there is nothing to cry about. There is no situation that needs crying. We still cry because of our foolishness. It's not that we have become too much smarter than the people in the world. They cry about other things, we cry about new things. Yeah. Earlier we were crying about old things, now we are crying about new things. We are still better to some extent, but not really that much better. But we have to go to that state where there is no crying. But that will happen only when we first realize that there is nothing that is worth crying for. That's why Baba is telling us to be in soul conscious state all the time. Then nothing will bother you. You will only see the beauty of every situation, all the wonderful gifts that every situation is bringing with it for you. That's it. And then actually you'll be happy. You'll be more happy. Bigger situation, you'll be happier because you'll realize that the bigger the situation, the bigger the gift. Baba recently, what did he say? And he says that all the time. Tufan is tofa. Storm is a gift. So bigger storm, bigger challenge. You lose your job, you fail your examination. That's a bigger gift. You have to first understand that you are a child of the Supreme. So he is perfect and you are an embodiment of perfection. The problem is that you're trying to force yourself into that state. Baba is wanting us to actually make it into a natural state by simply understanding who we are. It is a matter of realization. It's a matter of waking up to the truth. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to become like that. No, you are that. I have to reach there, I have to reach there, I have to reach there. You have already arrived. You just have to understand that. Even in Chinese philosophy, in Taoism, they call it as Wu Wei, effortless effort. The river knows that it has to go and meet the ocean. It is in its very nature to flow towards the ocean, and it knows. So it doesn't worry. You put a dam, you put big stones in its way, there'll be waterfalls, whatever comes, it never gets worried. It knows that eventually it'll reach the ocean. So we too have to have that inherent sense of understanding, the deep clarity that we too actually will reach our perfection automatically. And in fact, in a way, think of it this way, that you're already perfect. And the only reason you're far away from perfection is because you haven't realized that you are perfect. So it's a matter of simply realizing who you are. It's not a physical journey at all. It's just a mental journey of waking up to that true realization.
The last question.
Okay.
Now, now this is really honestly I'm saying there is no intention of discussion.
Yes.
I I the more I am become soul conscious, the more I listen to Murli, the more I am becoming closer to Baba. I realize there are so many things I am not doing accurately. I'm still doing a lot of mistakes. So I need to work on it and improve and fix it. So how I will get a confidence that how I will get a realization that I am already there. No, honestly, I'm saying, there is no.
It'll happen, dear brother. Just like you come to the realization that you have eaten enough and you should not eat anymore. Yeah, that sense of satiety, that realization will come, dear brother. One day you will feel that. Yeah, soon. I'm sure soon. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, but good questions. So see what Baba is saying. Not that you just continue to laugh loudly, but your mind should be happy. What do the Pandavas think? So not that you just continue to laugh loudly, but continue, but your mind should be happy. What do the Pandavas think? Do others have that experience, or are there only few such experiences at the moment? Those who remain happy in themselves do a lot of service through their face. Whether you say something in words or not, your face will automatically reveal your character of knowledge. You understand? What does this mean? That if I have understood knowledge, this wonderful knowledge, then my face will be constantly happy. So my face will reveal how much I've truly understood Baba's knowledge. So just remember that you have to eat Dil Kushtoli and also serve it to others. Those who eat it themselves cannot remain without feeding that to others. Acha.